This is the Royals Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Kansas City Royals. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome in to the Royals Postcast, your go-to spot for live post-game reaction to every single Royals game this season. I'm your host, Chance Liebau. Shoot me a follow at Chance Liebau on Twitter. If you're new to the channel, if you're new to these videos, if this is your first time scrolling through YouTube and seeing us here, we cover the Royals here on this channel. Locked On Royals is a channel where I cover post-game reaction every single game after the Royals game, and Jack Johnson, our daily host, gives you daily episodes 5 days a week, every weekday. He's got a Mailbag Friday coming up soon, so be sure to follow him and keep an eye on his latest podcast coming up here this week. We both had a pretty rough go of it in terms of just the overall podcast content. It's been pretty Debbie Downer here at times over the last week or so because the Royals have been sliding. They entered today at 73 and 72, just a game above 500, 4 games out of a playoff spot. And they entered today throwing a bullpen game because Michael Wacha somehow bonked his head somewhere. And we're talking about a bullpen game and a must-win game. And the Royals in this position have actually had success this season. I know somebody was talking on Jack's podcast about how they haven't done well in bullpen games this season. I believe it's quite the contrary. They actually had pretty good success in bullpen games this season. It's just tonight they had a pretty limited bullpen. We also have to give credit to last night's starter, Noah Cameron, for going 7 innings and putting them in a position today to have a successful bullpen game. So while we have talked about the offense quite a lot here recently, let's talk about the starting pitching and the bullpen today.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Yes, Parker, this is an A's shirt right here. I do. I have some other MLB team merch. I have a Brewers shirt. I just like a lot of different. Not that I like a lot of different teams, but I like their gear. I mean, I think this is a good looking shirt. Maybe not. Maybe some people don't think so. I also respect the Oakland A's, not the Sacramento A's. But yeah, let's talk about the pitching staff. They were really, really good today. I mean, you saw Jonathan Bowling get the start today. He's kind of been the guy they go to in these at these portions of the season when they need a little bit of length, a little bit of a longer outing from a reliever, maybe in mop-up duty. And I think that Jonathan Bowling, I mean, Jack has talked about him a little bit either on his podcast or when he's been producing on our ESPN Wichita shows. I mean, he's done a great job this season at filling his role and doing it really, really well. Today he goes 2 innings, and I mean, he had to grit his teeth through 2 innings. He didn't pitch great. I didn't think he was spectacular today, but you got 2 innings of 2-run baseball. And, you know, if he was pitching for any of the other 29 teams in baseball, they'd still be in that game. He gave up a 2 in the bottom of the first inning. And he really was close to getting out of that jam. I mean, I believe it was Manzardo who hit the 2-run homer in that spot. He had him down in the count. Had gotten 2 outs. Runners on first and second to start that first inning. He gets a caught stealing at third base. The runner moves up to second. He's got 2 outs. And honestly, I mean, you're thinking that he's going to get out of it, but he gives up a home run to Kyle Manzardo. Kind of like, well, darn. But then he's able to bow his neck and get a little bit more in the second inning. Angel Serpa comes in. He didn't have great stuff tonight. I'll be honest. I wasn't impressed much by Angel Serpa. Did not have great command. Gave up 2 walks and an earned run. Sam Long, the Royals' white flag, was entered the game in a crucial spot and gave up a run. But other than that, after the Sam Long inning, you got 5 innings of shutout baseball 5 innings of shutout baseball from the Royals. Lewender Avila, tip of the cap, man. First career win at the big league level. And a guy that has been up and down this season, didn't really know exactly what his role was at times this season. He gets his first career win, and he was really, really good today. I'm going to go to Savant right now, and I'm going to take you guys along with me because I was really, really pleased with what we saw from Lewender Avila. He was great today. I mean, you go through his numbers. We're going to scroll down, and we're going to find him. I mean, he maxed at 96, down in terms of fastball velocity, but the curveball was swing and miss stuff. Three whiffs on the curveball. That's great stuff. He threw the sinker a little bit, but didn't get that much hard contact off him. Got those whiffs, was in the strike zone enough. I was really happy. I think Lewender Avila probably comes out of this game, in my opinion, as the most impressive pitcher and he might be even in consideration when we get you our player of the game here in a little bit. Really, really good performance by Lowinder Avila today in a need to have it spot. It got a little bit close. It got a little bit tight. I started to grit my teeth a little bit when 2-out double is given up there by Lucas Erceg in the 8th inning. But that was with 2 outs. It was Jose Ramirez. He still had 2 outs, so I mean I wasn't too worried about it. But I mean there has been a bit of a struggle here for Lucas Erceg here recently. But you have a really good performance by the bullpen game today. And Carlos Estevez, let's talk about him. I had a tweet on August 13th. I had a tweet on August 13th talking about how the Royals fans are being stupid when they are talking about Carlos Estevez is not a good closer. You're just hating on him. And that was after he blew a game against the Nationals. That was August 13th, 2025. It is September 10th, 2025. Carlos Estevez has given up 1 base runner since that day. 1 base runner since that day. I mean, he has been the best bullpen pitcher since that blowup. I don't even know if you can call it a blowup against the Nationals. Carlos Estevez is one of the best closers in all of baseball. He comes in tonight, I mean, just absolute flame throwing. Fastball was up at 98. That's his highest velocity all year. He topped it at 98, a true 98 from Carlos Estevez tonight. Didn't have a strikeout, but didn't give up hard contact. Man, that's some really, really good pitching from Carlos Estevez, and he has been so good this season. I just don't understand the hate for him, especially when this time last year we were talking about, Hunter Harvey and James MacArthur and maybe Alec Marsh can be a bullpen guy. Now we're talking about a guy that leads the American League in saves and has been absolute nails since he had a blow up against Washington. So give credit to Brian Sweeney, Matt Quatrero, the entire Royals pitching conglomerate. They've done an incredible job with Carlos Estevez and managing him in these spots. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to discuss the lineup, the offense. Didn't have the best game tonight, but also it's been a lot better than it has been recently. We'll get into that and name our player of the game when we come back on the Royals Postcast. All right, today's show is brought to you by Nutrafol. You've probably seen a million ads for hair growth products and thought, sure, like that all actually works. There are so many products out there, and it's hard to know which ones are actually going to do anything. That's why you should give Nutrafol a closer look. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. And it's not just hype. This is a supplement clinically tested that targets the root causes of thinning and shedding with a proactive approach. And you can feel good about it knowing Nutrafol is NSF certified and backed by peer-reviewed studies. See thicker, stronger hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering Locked On MLB listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code LOCKEDONMLB. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code LOCKEDONMLB. Today's episode is also brought to you by FanDuel. The NFL season is here, and FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. I love using FanDuel because it fits however you like to bet. Player props, building a same-game parlay, or even jumping in live as the action unfolds. This weekend, they had their $2 million jackpot with first touchdown, last touchdown scores on every day of games. I was one of the winners. I had a Dalton Kincaid anytime touchdown Sunday Night Football. I had a $127 bonus bet. Did I do anything good with it? I placed it. I didn't get it back, but who's that on? That's on me. And you can do the exact same thing by downloading the FanDuel app now and visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet. Today's episode is also brought to you by Gametime. There's nothing like catching a baseball game live. The energy, the crowd, and the chance to see your team in person. But actually getting tickets, that's the tough part. Queues, login screens, surprise fees. It takes all the fun out of it. That's why I use Gametime, the app that gives the advantage back to fans. Gametime is fast, easy, and backed by the Gametime guarantee. You'll always get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time and at the best price. Plus, all fees are included, so the price you see is the price you pay. The app made it super simple. I could even see the exact view from my seat before buying. Fees are included. Know your total upfront with no surprise fees at checkout. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Those terms apply. Again, that's promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download Gametime today. All right, let's talk about the offense. Sorry, just clearing up the queue here. Yeah, this is a really good a really good offensive performance for the Royals based upon just what we've seen from them over the last week or so. I mean, they got early offense today. I mean, how many times have we? And this really dates back to the Chicago series when they were getting no hit. I believe it was Adrian Hauser who had a no-no'd until the sixth inning, seventh inning, and then obviously 2 nights ago, there were no hit into the eighth inning. They also got almost no hit by Aaron Savale in that White Sox series. There have been multiple times this season, and here recently, more specifically, where the Royals have struggled, early offense. Tonight against Logan Allen, and I tweeted out the Royals have since the All-Star break the second worst batting average in the MLB, worst batting average in the American League at 210 against left-handed pitchers. Tonight they get Logan Allen. They get a hit or a run in the first inning. Didn't look like they would. Bobby Witt Jr. strikes out there, and you're starting to think, oh man, here we go again. But Michael Garcia with some really good base running. Vinny Pasquantino lighting up, getting some really good early offense as well. The Royals put themselves in a position. Jonathan India playing the hero. I mean, we're going to talk about Jonathan India here in a little bit because he's been a crucial part of this Royals lineup. So they get that early offense, and we've criticized the top of the lineup a ton. I've been getting hate from you guys in the comments section for hating on Vinny Pasquantino and Salvador Perez, saying, well, they're not the problem. They have been the problem. They're the middle of the lineup. They just have not been doing enough offensively. And tonight, the top five in the lineup, Michael, Bobby, Vinny, Salvi, and Jonathan India combined 8 of 20, 2 doubles, 3 RBIs. 3 of their 4 RBI coming from that top of the lineup, that top 5 in the order that has struggled so much since this Royals season got going. So we see that tonight from the Royals. They go 4 for 10 with runners in scoring position. And the one thing that I am a bit concerned about is the fact that they really struggled against the Guardians bullpen. They had just one hard hit ball the entire game against the Guardians bullpen. It was Michael's go-ahead double. They were able to get a little bit off of Tim Herron. I mean, you look at the hard hit balls, they got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hard hit balls in 5 innings off of Logan Allen, who, in my opinion, is a pretty pedestrian pitcher. He's not a guy that's going to overpower you. Last year, he won like 15 games, but had an ERA that was crazy. Averaged around 8 runs of support per start. He was pretty crazy. And Justin brings up a great point in the chat as well. I've harped on it all season long. I've been a Nick Lofton hater. Nick Lofton has shut me up over the last couple of weeks, and he got put into a high leverage situation tonight, tied the game with an RBI double. And that was a big spot for the Royals for them to get that out of Nick Lofton. So I've been pretty critical of him throughout this season. Hand in the air, I've been critical of him. But give credit where credit's due. That was a really good performance by Nick Lofton. And he's just looked much more comfortable at the plate, not trying to do too much, staying within himself. I'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive, but that's beside the point. And good to see Bobby Witt Jr. looking fully healthy. 2 hits tonight, also steals a bag. Great defensive play at shortstop on the double play by Serpa. I mean, really good stuff tonight from the Royals. I wasn't overly impressed. I think that there's still room to improve. I'm not waving the white flag, but I'm certainly not gearing up for a long journey towards October. But they just need to keep stacking days on days. They need to get streaky. They need to get really hot, and they need to pray that the 2 teams in front of them, because guys, right now, the Guardians are in front of them, the Rangers are in front of them, and the Mariners are in a playoff spot. So they have to continue to climb. They have to hope that the 3 teams in front of them don't end up outperforming them by what they need to over the last couple of weeks of the season. All right, appreciate you guys for being here with us tonight. We really enjoyed tonight's win. Appreciate you guys for being here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We do this every single night. Jack posts episodes every day. I'd imagine that Jack's going to have an episode coming out here pretty soon. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you want to get different thoughts, Jack offers those up. People say that I'm a little bit more negative than he is, and he provides a more positive opinion. If that's more your thing, you can always check out Jack and his daily episodes on the Locked On Royals podcast. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you tomorrow night for another edition of the Royals POSTCAST.